fight. You're going into a fight. So start fast. Don't react. Swing. But like we talked about on Sunday, man, how you swing matters.
The Owls were in for a fight against East Carolina. Jalen Wester looked like it afterward. He and the defense did their part, holding ECU to mostly field goals, but the Owls did not deliver the blows on offense that were needed to overcome the Pirates, and Florida Atlantic falls 22-7. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Inside the Owls Burrow. I'm Frank Fort, alongside the Haggerty family head football coach Tom Herman. Coach, you did not get off to a good start in that game. There were 4 3-and-outs in the first quarter, and then you add the block punt, which set them up on the 27-yard line for their only touchdown. So you were kind of chasing the game pretty much all evening.
We were. I wonder what was different, still do at times, from the UAB game offensively. You know, we knew East Carolina was a really good defense, and I think that's, you know, the problem maybe a little bit with our team is we got a lot of fans in that locker room, and we want to look at records and all of that instead of looking at the film. And the film would tell you that this is a team that in East Carolina that, you know, played Tulane, you know, within 3 points, and certainly all year long has been one of the better defenses in our conference. And we did not rise to the challenge. However, we're within 6 points at halftime, and so it was really more the second half that was a little unnerving to me, that we never got out of the funk offensively. Obviously, we need better play on that side of the ball, but for you know, a defense that had just been ravaged not only by injury, but then the week prior against UAB, just on the scoreboard and stat sheet, they rose to the occasion. We thought they played good enough to win, certainly, but we're not good enough to have one side of the ball carry us right now, and we need to be clicking on all cylinders, regardless of who we play.
Coach Herman's interview each week brought to you by Phil Smith Automotive, driving the Owls to victory together in style. You said after the game this is kind of uncharted territory for you to see your offense struggle this much as it has in 3 particular home games. And again, you've said it before, if the Owls can't run the ball, it's kind of hard for our offense to be functional.
It is. You know, we're not good enough anywhere to drop back and say we're going to beat a team throwing the ball 50 times. Now we're playing Tulane, who happens to be 4th in the country in rush defense. So we know we're going to have to run the ball, but we also know that not very many people have done that with success against them. So we know we're going to have to throw it to beat these guys too. So, but we weren't throwing it well enough to overcome the inability to run the ball with any kind of consistency. And, you know, again, offensive football, the defensive guys will probably cringe when I say this, but, you know, rudimentally, offensive football or defensive football, we'll start there. 10 guys can screw up, and if one guy makes a great play, you get a sack, a TFL, whatever. On offense, 10 guys can be doing the right thing, and one guy has a bad play, and you get a negative play too. So I think, you know, that's where running the football, it would just been one piece away, and that's obviously something that we've got to fix. But we've seen us do it well. Now we've got to do it well against quality defensive opponents.
Defense was quite the opposite. They gave up only 235 yards, 5 of 19 on keep-alive drive plays, like you like to call them. 15 tackles for loss, ties a school record going back 21 years. So the effort on that side of the ball was certainly there.
Yeah, and kind of a bit of a case of, you know, the medicine that we kind of needed too. You know, that East Carolina had been struggling a little bit offensively throughout the season. But our defense, not to take anything away from especially the difficult positions that our defense were put in from a field position standpoint. I thought they played really, really well, and was excited to see it, not just the fact that they played well, but knowing who was in there. You know, I mean, we're playing with Kalen Skipper, who has been here 6 years as a walk-on, has played minimal to 0 snaps of defense. If he has, it's been in mop-up time. And he goes out there and starts the game, has 7 tackles, and grades out as a champion. And what a great example to the rest of our team that you don't have to be the best athlete. You don't have to be the best anything. All you got to do is be in the right place at the right time, the way you're coached to be there, and usually good things happen. So I'm glad we got off the mat on that side of the football, certainly, and I'm glad that, guys that are playing now because they're in the right place at the right time, the way they're coached to do it, that they're having success, and I think that certainly permeates throughout the locker room too.
Yeah, Kalen, it was great to see that because earlier in the year he was just a scout team guy, and it seemed like every other week he was the scout team defensive player of the week. Yep. The other guy who I thought was really good was Jalen Wester, and he's been ejected twice this year for targeting in the first half, but when he's able to stay in the game, he makes impact.
He is an impact player. I credit to Rock and Coach Rock and the defensive staff. We're so thin and lacking in production and ability to do things the right way in the secondary right now that, with Jay Will out, our normal starting nickel, we moved Jalen Wester to basically the nickel position. And obviously that limits a little bit of what you can do in man coverage. I don't want Jalen Wester playing man-to-man coverage on LaJohntay Wester for sure. But he has taken to that position really, really well. He is really good in space, and when he can see things and let it happen in front of him, and then, boy, when he triggers, he is explosive and powerful and physical, and so we're a lot better defense when he's out there for sure.
A play that might have changed the game, and again, we don't have a crystal ball, but early in the third quarter, Desmond Tisdale appeared to recover a fumble, return it for a touchdown with the extra point would have given us the lead. And unfortunately for our side, their player who fumbled then was out of bounds, actually touched the ball inbounds, and therefore the ball is out of play. So very unfortunate for us.
Yeah, it's one of those rules, and you got to have the rule, right? Or else you get silly, and we take advantage of the rule on kickoff return. If a ball is coming somewhere near the white line, we tell our guys put 1 foot out when you catch it, and then that ensures that the ball, because you've touched it with you being out of bounds, the ball is now out of bounds, and we get the 15-yard penalty. So, there's ways to use the rule to your advantage, and it is the rule, but it would have been nice to have that break. It was, if you remember, to spur the big comeback against UAB, the defense getting 2 turnovers too.
And a great job by Darius McClendon to knock that ball loose. Well, up next, noon kickoff against Tulane. The Green Wave have narrow wins over East Carolina and Tulsa the last 2 weeks to get to 6-0 in the conference. Boca High School product, Michael Pratt, their quarterback, is going to come back home. He's the guy that triggers their offense, but watching them on tape, it looks like they have a pretty complete team.
They do, and it's the power of consistency, and Willie Fritz has been there a long time. I think even going back to my second year at the University of Houston, ton of respect for him and the way he runs his program. Our mentor is the same man, Ron Randleman, who we both worked for at different times at Sam Houston State. And so when you've got a quality head coach like that, one of the best in the country, and you keep him around for a long time, there's no secret that you're going to build a winner. And you talk about Pratt. I mean, this is a 4-year starter. I mean, the young man has started over 40 games in his career, thrown for over 9,000 yards and over 80 touchdowns. I mean, the kid is absolutely the gas that makes that engine go, if you will. And I don't know how he got out of Boca Raton. I'd love it if he were wearing blue and red at FAU and stayed home. But I wasn't here when that happened. But he is a fun player to watch, and certainly one that we're going to have to keep our eye on. And then defensively, like I said, 4th in the country in rush defense. And we know how good their defense is, and they've been running it for a long time. And so it'll be a good test. But like you've said, they have had some close games against teams in our conference. So we're hoping that we give them our best shot, because if we do, we'll have a chance to win and get one step closer to the postseason.
It is that time. Tom Herman's Pop Culture Pop Quiz. We're going to go one-hit wonders from back in the 90s. I think I say this every time you walk down the steps. Return of the Mac.
Return of the Mac is Mark Morrison.
There you go.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. How about Black Velvet? Do you remember that song? Black Velvet and the Little Boy's Smile.
Is it Bonnie Raitt?
No?
No, okay, it is Alana Miles.
2 for 2 this week.
How about that?
Hopefully that's a precursor of what happens on Saturday. Coach, good luck against Tulane. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, Frank. Go Owls.
Coming up, he's the only first-year freshman to have earned a starting spot for the Owls this season. The story of Zeke Moore is straight ahead on Inside the Owls Burrow.
Hey Max, oil change today?
Yep. Morning. Hi. What are you getting done today? Oil change? Yep.
Max, your car's ready.
Great.
Nobody beats a Maximus deal at Phil Smith Kia, right, Max?
Right.
There's something about the power of integrity. That's why we aren't in the business of creating sales.
Go Solar Power, how can I help you?
We're focused on creating value. Call us old-fashioned, but we believe trust isn't just given. It's earned. Go Solar Power, a service experts company.
The Sport MBA program has a really great curriculum designed to help prepare students for real-world application.
The faculty at FAU really took the time to get to know me, help me get my foot in the door, and network with the right people.
Really prepared me for all the challenges of the workplace, whether it's time management, provided me with the educational background. Most importantly, it gave me real-life practical experience.
The program offers you lots of opportunities to experience the fast-paced world of South Florida sports.
Inside the Owls Burrow is brought to you by Adidas, by Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, the official sports medicine provider of Florida Atlantic Athletics, by Cedars No Better Hummus, by FAU MBA in Sport Management, helping the sports and entertainment executives of tomorrow, by Phil Smith Kia, by Sage Dental, the official dental provider of FAU Athletics. Book at mysagedental.com. And by Shiner Law Group, injury lawyers that get you more because you deserve more.
Here we have interception, first quarter, 1st and 10. Really good play by Jaron Morris. In quarters coverage, bites up a little bit on the run. He is a run player first in quarters. Bites up on the run, sees its play action pass, knows his responsibility, sprints back into his quarter of the field, gets underneath the post to help the corner on the play for a nice interception for us, setting our offense up in great field position.
Among the freshman class of 2023, just 3 have seen game action this season for Florida Atlantic. One of those, tight end Zeke Moore out of Roswell, Georgia, has been the starting tight end for the majority of the season. This player spotlight is brought to you by Sage Dental, official dental provider of FAU Athletics. Book at mysagedental.com. So what about your preparation or your high school career prepared you to play this much?
Well, my senior year, I only took 3 classes, and then I was able to spend a lot of time in the weight room and just have free time to, condition, get in shape, and do speed workouts outside of the classes we had at Roswell, which that's a great high school program.
I noticed you in the weight room during summer workouts, and you seemed more advanced than the average freshman. Is that perception probably correct?
Something I definitely put a lot of emphasis on, because I knew, at my position that would help me get on the field earlier, because that's a lot of times what keeps people off the field.
Having said all that, are you at all surprised that you've played as much as you have?
It was always a possibility, but never the expectation. I expected it a little bit, but at the same time, I wanted to do everything I can do, and then whatever happens, happens. and it's worked out really well. And I'm very grateful it worked out the way it did, but I didn't put too much pressure to where it's like, if I'm not playing, I'm gonna be upset.
What about Zeke as a true freshman caught your eye?
I think it was really his work ethic and his attention to detail. He was a guy that came in a little bit more mature than maybe normal freshmen do. You could tell he was kind of on a mission to try to make a splash and see if he could be a guy that could start for us. But I do think it's just his attention to detail. I know it was his work ethic. And I just think he's a little bit more mature than most people coming out of high school.
Like, I'm not the tallest, not the fastest, strong, but definitely not the strongest, especially as I go against. But I think like the way I play the game, with my effort, I think that shows up, and you can beat a lot of people who are better than you by just putting in more effort.
I think Coach Herman described your role as getting in about 60 or 70 car collisions a game, and once in a while they throw you the ball.
Yeah, it's a fun role. I like it, because then they're not expecting it when you do catch the ball, and it's just a bonus. But I mean, for me, blocking is really fun. Effort translates really well into the end result. So every rep you do in the weight room will translate into you being able to like physically dominate the person across from you. And that's what I like about it. Is like effort always has an effect in the outcome.
What do the folks back home think of your quite expansive role as a freshman?
It's pretty cool. Like, my family definitely, like, there's a lot of people in Roswell who keep up with it and watch me, and it's cool after the games to like see those text messages and have my family like have people come up to them and be like, oh, I heard about Zeke. Like, that means a lot, because like they sacrificed a lot to like help me get here, and so for them to like see the rewards of that, it's pretty cool.
Coming up, as the Owls held Military Appreciation Day, they will share some personal stories. That's straight ahead on Inside the Owls Burrow. We're back on Inside the Owls Burrow. Last Saturday's game against East Carolina was Military Appreciation Day. Several Owl players and coaches have family members who are veterans or are currently serving. Here are some of their stories. This Owls feature is brought to you by Shiner Law Group, the injury lawyers that get you more because you deserve more.
My dad is Jason Wheeler. He served in the Marines for about 20 so years, and his service means everything to me. Just, growing up, watching him leave, and just watching him work hard to provide for me and my family. Like, it made me strive like out there on the field when I get tired. Like, I think about all the stuff he had to go through and conquer, being in the military and, being overseas and stuff. My brother's name is Jeffrey Penny. He's in the Marines, and right now he just got stationed in Norway.
My father-in-law, Corporal Mike Tatarakis, served in Vietnam in 1968 and 1969. And Mike, I just want to say thank you so much, obviously, for keeping us and our country safe, but also for what the military did for you and shaping you as a husband and as a father. And I just want you to know you've been like a dad to me since I was 18 years old. And I know a lot of my appreciation for you and what you've done for our family stems from your time in the military.
My brother, Devontavius Antonio McClendon, served in the Marines for 4 years. It meant a lot because he was away like Norway, and I was going through a rough time not being in college, and I got an opportunity to go play for New Mexico military, and he always just like reached out to me and just talked to me throughout that whole year and just helped me get through that whole process. Thank you.
My brother, Brian Lupo, served in the Marines, did 2 deployments to Afghanistan, and served 4 years. I think the biggest thing, that's like the ultimate sacrifice you can make, putting it on the line for your country. And just that alone kind of drives me to do what I do because of what he did for us and for this country.
Coming up, she oversees nutrition for the Owls, making sure they're properly fueled and hydrated for game action. That story's next on Inside the Owls Burrow.
At Sage Dental, you'll experience a modern, family-friendly approach to dentistry. From pediatric dentistry and orthodontics to cleanings and oral surgery, we've got the latest technology to provide your family the best dental care all in one place. And for a limited time, get a free new patient exam and x-rays, plus a free ProClean Sonic toothbrush at your first hygiene visit. Book your appointment today at mysagedental.com. Sage Dental. Open up and say awesome.
To win at this game, you have to put in the work, know the game plan, and execute. At Duffy's, our game is always on.
At Delray Hyundai, it's getting hot, and we're not talking about the weather. We are bringing the heat with savings on over 175 new vehicles in stock and ready for you to take home today, with even more on the way. Or lease a 2023 Elantra SE for just $199 per month with zero down. That's right, zero down at just $199 per month. Plus financing rates as low as 0% on select 2023 models. That's right, financing rates as low as 0%. Visit Delray Hyundai today or online at delrayhyundai.com.
Once you try Cedar's authentic hummus, you'll understand why people can't stop spreading it. I cannot stop eating this. Dipping it. I am obsessed. And sharing it. Only the good stuff. Cedar's. No better hummus.
We are bringing the heat with savings at Delray Genesis, like a lease on a 2023 G70 for just $329 per month, or financing rates as low as 2.9% on select new 2023 models. Visit Delray Genesis today.
Inside the Owls Burrow is brought to you by Adidas, by Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, the official sports medicine provider of Florida Atlantic Athletics, by Cedars, No Better Hummus, by FAU MBA in Sport Management, helping the sports and entertainment executives of tomorrow, by Phil Smith Kia, by Sage Dental, the official dental provider of FAU Athletics, book at mysagedental.com, and by Shiner Law Group, injury lawyers that get you more because you deserve more. Glad you're with us this week on Inside the Owls Burrow. One of the areas of the football program that's been upgraded under head coach Tom Herman is that of nutrition. Adair Quinn, better known around these parts as Addie, is in charge of planning the Owls' meals both on the road and at home. Behind the Scenes is brought to you by Go Solar Power, lowest payment, best equipment, #1 solar installer.
Growing up, my dad is a professional chef, and so everything that we did was always centered around food and family. And then I ran cross country and track in high school, and so I became very interested in the correlation between how fueling affects performance. So my dad would always cook amazing meals, and I would meal plan for my family, and I would do the grocery shopping, and I got very interested in how it affected my performance on the field.
Nutrition is that, and sleep and hydration we are huge on, and Addie has been a godsend to us in our program, and we take a lot of pride in how much money we spend and how much emphasis we put on our nutrition program.
I know he's mentioned we've spent a lot of money in nutrition, which is true, but that's what it takes to fuel the team properly. And this is a very heavy weight gain team, so a lot of my guys are high needs weight gain guys. So in order for that to happen, we've needed the budget, and Coach Herman has never told me no. It's whatever we need to make this team as best as we possibly can get it, so that's been huge. At breakfast, I'm monitoring weights, so from the day before, from practice before, and then from that morning of, I like to measure how much they have lost from day to day. So if they start, let's say 200 pounds on a Tuesday morning, and then after practice on Tuesday, they're 195 pounds, and then Wednesday morning, they haven't gotten back to that pre-practice Tuesday weight, okay, I put them on a high needs concerns list. Please watch out for this player at practice, as they may be coming in already dehydrated, haven't refueled to the proper standard. So after practice every single day, we have a full recovery for the guys, which have smoothies, electrolyte slushies, fresh fruit, watermelon, strawberries, pineapples, grapes, pickles, you name it, we have it out there for them. So it's immediate replenishment as soon as they get off the field. We start with vegetables. I want half the plate to be color, so fruits and vegetables. Then we want to choose some carbs, so 25% of the plate is going to be carbs. So would you like to choose mac and cheese or mashed potatoes?
Gotta get the potatoes.
Okay, mashed potatoes it is today. Perfect, so 25% of our plate is going to be carbs, And then 25% of our plate is gonna be protein. So today we have chicken fried steak and grilled chicken on the line.
Friday nights at the hotel, whether it's home or away, is that a heavy carb meal?
Yes, I do want to see a lot of carbs on the plate. So worked extensively with educating the guys on how to build their pregame plates. There's a lot of carb options. We always have rice, potatoes, pasta, and the boys know themselves by now what works for them. But yes, that is a carb heavy meal.
You're even in the locker room right before the game telling guys, sip and snack, I think is your phrase.
Sip and snack, yep. So just trying to get those last minute quick carbs, last minute hydration. Pre-game meal we eat 4 hours before the game typically, so there is that lag of time in between pre-game meal and when the game actually starts. So I just want to make sure they're carved up and hydrated as much as possible before we do get out. And it's a little bit harder to push things in game time because they're ready and they're focused. So I just want to be as prepared as possible for them before they get on the field.
That's our show for this week. I'm Frank Fort. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week on Inside the Owls Burrow. This has been a presentation of Playfly.
Hi, my name is David Shiner, and at Shiner Law Group, you're more than just a number, you're part of our family.
If you become injured, call my dad.
Call me, David Shiner, and let my team of legal professionals help you get what you deserve.
Bicycle accident? Call Dave Shiner. Car injury? Call my dad. Slip and fall? Call my dad. Call my dad.
Car accident? Call me. Call Dave Shiner.
The Sport MBA program has a really great curriculum designed to help prepare students for real-world application.
The faculty at FAU really took the time to get to know me, help me get my foot in the door, and network with the right people.
Really prepared me for all the challenges of the workplace, whether it's time management, provided me with the educational background. Most importantly, it gave me real-life practical experience.
The program offers you lots of opportunities to experience the fast-paced world of South Florida sports.
We are bringing the heat with savings at Delray Genesis, like a lease on a 2023 G80 for just $479 per month, or financing rates as low as 2.9% on select new 2023 models. Visit Delray Genesis today.
Once you try Cedar's authentic hummus, you'll understand why people can't stop spreading it. I cannot stop eating this. Dipping it. I am obsessed. And sharing it.
Only the good stuff.
Cedar's. No better hummus.
There's something about the power of integrity. That's why we aren't in the business of creating sales.
Go Solar Power, how can I help you?
We're focused on creating value. Call us old-fashioned, but we believe trust isn't just given. It's earned. Go Solar Power, a service experts company.